What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the True Serum. Today we're going to break down our power rankings of the top 10 teams, breakout players. We also have signings and trade alerts, and we're going to jump into a Q&A that we had with the fans.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So who's your number one? Let's start it off.
We're gonna do the consensus top 10. We got the New Orleans Saints coming in at number 1.
Obviously.
Last year they ranked number 3 on offense and 14 on defense. We don't see much changing. Maybe the defense a little bit better than it was last year.
Yeah, hopefully.
It came on strong towards the end of the year.
And you got to also have Jared Cook signing, which makes offense a little better.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is going to be Michael Thomas. I know you lost Mark Ingram, but you replace him with Latavius Murray, he fills the Mark Ingram role pretty well.
Yeah, he catches the ball well out of the backfield. He's not that different, if you ask me. I don't see much of a difference, but
yeah. And Traquan Smith might take a second-year leap.
Yeah. Anyway, number 2, we got the Rams coming in second. The Rams completely dominated last year.
And they didn't even have Cooper Kupp from week 8 on.
Yeah.
And he was the number 2 fantasy wide receiver when they had him. Their defense, I think, is going to be pretty solid, even though you lose Sue.
Yep, Sue's gone.
Yeah, Sue's gone.
He hasn't signed yet, but
yeah, but he's gone. At number 2, we got the Rams. 3, we got the Colts. Number 5th offense in the league. Number 10 defense in the league. I think that defense will actually get better this year with another year together. Learn your players.
Yep.
Offensively, I think Devin Funchess was a good signing for them.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck likes big targets. Offense is going to be the same offense as was last year.
I think they probably need to get one more little weapon for Andrew
but they got
Luck.
some pieces there.
But I mean, they were 5th in offense already with what they have. That's not going anywhere. They didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
They could potentially sign a running back or draft one.
So at number 4, we have the Chiefs.
The Chiefs are at number 4. I disagree with this a little bit. Casey had them a little higher than I did. Their defense lost a lot.
Yeah, but their defense already was terrible. So, it really can't get that much worse.
Yeah, from 24th to 32nd. I mean, it could get that bad.
But I'm saying I don't think there's that big of a gap between 24 and 32. You're in the bottom half already, the bottom third.
Yeah.
And their offense is still explosive. We saw even when we lost Hunt last year that it continued to move right along. Yeah. We still have no new news on Tyreek Hill, so you got to assume as of now he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, he's going to start out the season playing probably, and then, the NFL is not going to do their investigation until after the police get done with theirs.
Yes.
So, anyway, number 5, we got the Patriots coming in.
Mm-hmm.
They were 4th on offense.
I mean, that really shocked me, but what shocked me even more was the defensive staff.
7th.
Yes.
Yeah, 7th overall on defense.
With all these plug-and-play guys.
Yeah, and, they're going to keep doing that. Every year they draft great players with 4th and 5th round.
Like I look at their roster, and I wanted to have them lower in my rankings because you're losing Rob Gronkowski, but then, I mean, it's what they've always done.
Yeah.
It's always been plug-and-play guys, just nobody out of some Division III college.
Yeah, nobody drafts better than the Patriots.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so at number 6 we have the Chargers. Then we're going to go to the Cowboys and Bears.
Cowboys and Bears.
Yeah.
So, I love the Cowboys defense and the Chargers and the Bears defense. I love all of their defenses.
The Cowboys have to have a good defense because what I'm looking at here is they're the only team inside the top 9 that's offense is outside of the top 20.
Yeah.
They're ranked 22nd on offense.
Yeah, people don't realize that because they
give it to Zeke. He's known so widely, and now Amari Cooper and Dax He's the face of a franchise.
But as a team, they just don't score that much. But they did sign. They re-signed D-Law.
Okay, Marcus Lawrence.
Yeah, we're gonna wait to talk about that. But
5 years, $105 million deal. So looks like he's gonna be there for a while.
Ching. But we got Seattle coming in at number 9.
And to round out the top 10, we got the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. I wanted to put them higher.
I mean, I want to put them higher too, but everything inside of me tells me it's the Cleveland Browns. Like, it's still the Cleveland Browns, and they haven't done anything yet. I'm not stupid. They have an enormous amount of talent on that roster.
Yeah.
But they still haven't shown me anything. I know. Just wait. Just give it some time.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were.
They were gelling.
20.
The last handful of games at the end of the season, I was watching games with you, and I was like, "Wow, Cleveland Browns are like good."
Oh yeah.
Like good.
We've had this little debate about Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. Like there's too many shooters to throw.
Oh, okay, yeah. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
That's a good thing. They're gonna.
I'm just saying it's gonna be great for the Cleveland Browns, but as far as each player individually for fantasy purposes, if your offense can produce that many points like Kansas City does,
yeah,
it's fine. Everybody can survive. But if you're like Philadelphia, where there's only going to be a Zach Ertz game or an Alshon Jeffrey game, like you don't know.
Yeah, I do think Baker spreads it out. He's gonna throw it
known
to the open guy.
Yeah, known to throw it to the open guy.
So let's recap this. We got the Saints at number 1, Rams at number 2, Colts at number 3, Chiefs at number 4. We got the Patriots at 5.
Chargers at 6, Cowboys 7, Bears 8, Seattle 9, and we got the Browns at 10. Supposed to have a breakout year.
Yeah.
And speaking of breakout years, we also have a list of our breakout players.
Hold on. I want to hear who you think the worst team is going to be.
Oh, I got 2.
Who's going to get the 2020 first round number 1 overall pick?
The New York Football Giants.
Really?
Yes. Either them or Washington.
I can see Washington for sure.
But I think they have a plan over New York. It's to copy what's happening over here in Cleveland.
Oh, the productive struggle?
Yeah, we could draft a quarterback this year, or we could get 3 of the top 3 picks 3 years in a row.
Could be.
Like, imagine if the Browns would have hit with all their first-round picks, all those draft picks wasted on quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you got some studs on the defensive side going to jump off the board really fast this year. I'm assuming there will be, a good quarterback to take at the number 6 spot.
Yeah,
so
there will be.
So, anyway, let's go ahead to the breakouts. Who do you want to talk about?
No. Who's your
Did I not say it?
Yeah.
It's going to be the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't hate that pick.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Dolphins.
Fans down.
Ooh. It's going to piss somebody off. Who got some breakout candidates?
I really like DJ Moore this year. Devin Funchess left. He was starting to break out towards the end of last year. He's an incredible athlete. And if Cam's healthy, the offense is going to be really good. So I really like DJ Moore. And my second breakout player is Damian Williams. I mean, you can kind of say he broke out a little towards the end of last year, had some really good games.
Yeah, he runs really good in a straight line.
Yeah. Hey, that's all you need to do in that offense.
Yeah.
He will catch little screen passes or little dump passes and run them for 30 yards. And that offense has so many weapons, so many people we got worried about. He's going to get open.
Yeah. I would like to mention O.J. Howard, tight end of the Buccaneers with a new head coach, Bruce Arians, who likes to air it out.
He does. Traditionally has it going to the tight end in the system, though.
I agree, but O.J. Howard, I believe Pro Football Focus had him only behind it was either Zach Ertz or Travis Kelce on receiving grade.
But he's a great talent, hell of an athlete. He's just never either had the opportunity, or when he has, he stayed banged up, not necessarily injured.
That was last
But
year.
yeah, I mean, I had him for a handful of games, and he did great for me when he was playing.
Yeah. Anyway, Kerryon Johnson, Auburn player. He
Don't even get me started on Auburn.
He is like really, really good. He can do everything. Last year we had
and
Thorne.
Now we have LeGarrette Blunt.
He's gone, man.
He's gone.
Thorne's gone. They did sign C.J. Anderson, but
I think that's best case scenario for him.
Yeah.
He has a solid backup to reduce the load some. And I think last year the Lions started to figure out how good Kerryon is. And towards the end of the season, you saw he was getting. It started off he was getting 6 to 8 carries a game, then maybe 12 to 15, and it kept just increasing a little each week.
Yeah, and I think he gets 20 touches a game this year.
Yeah, and if he does that, he's going to be a monster for fantasy.
Ooh.
He really is.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Who else you got for breakout?
Speaking of the Bucks, let me get Chris Godwin.
Ooh.
Chris Godwin, Deshaun Jackson's gone. Adam Humphries is gone. You got Jameis Winston loves to throw it to that little slot receiver guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to.
Chris Godwin, not only can he play on the inside, he can play on the outside. Yeah. He is a very solid wide receiver in what is going to be a very pass-heavy offense. It's going to be exciting. I just hope they do something at the running back position. But
do you think, speaking of running backs, do you think Rashad Penny does anything this year?
I do. We got some vacant, carries.
Yeah. Mike Davis leaving.
Mike Davis, yep. Rashad Penny, if he can get out of that side to side, let me try and make Reggie Bush, yeah. If he can get away from that, they took a first round pick to draft him.
Mm-hmm. He's worth it.
He's great talent. We still have Chris Carson there, but they run the ball so much.
They do.
That can be a two-headed monster, and you really don't notice it to be a committee.
Yeah.
Just like the Saints. I'm hoping that's what happens. And Rashad Penny, he can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Should we mention Kiki, Will Fuller?
We should give them a mention.
Okay.
Because they're both very good.
They're good. They're fast.
But that offense is not gonna.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not gonna produce a lot of points.
It can't sustain 3 fantasy players a week, and these guys are also stealing from each other.
Yeah. Will Fuller's out.
You barely have them both on the field at the same time, so you don't know who is playing, or if they're both playing, do they cancel each other out, or how their chemistry is together.
To some degree, I believe they do.
They do. But they have to. I mean, you're taking targets away.
Yeah. You got if one of them misses a game, the other one's going to have a big game, and that's the way it's going to rumble.
Yeah.
When we're on same team wide receivers.
Ooh.
Let's talk about, James Washington and Ryan Switzer.
I think Ryan Switzer's just going to be what he's always been. Makes a couple good plays here and there, but he's never going to be that guy.
Let's add Vance McDonald into this.
Oh, okay. Vance McDonald, I could see him having a breakout year this year. Jesse James is gone. Antonio Brown's gone. You're not that deep at veteran wide receivers.
But James Washington, he's pretty good.
He is good, but he's young and he hasn't shown me a lot.
That's why we're talking about him right now.
Yeah.
Can he break out? Yes or no?
Yeah, he can. I mean, Pittsburgh's one of the highest throwing offenses there is, and they've been very good at drafting young wide receivers.
Do you think that he can eclipse 1,000 yards receiving?
He can, only based off of it's there to be had. Yeah. Anybody with the ability to can in this offense.
And I want to go ahead and let you know that I think that he does. I think he'll get around 11 to 1,200 yards.
I want to say that's about what Juju had, ain't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
close to.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's there to be had. Can he go out and do it? You're saying yes.
I'm saying yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Well, that wraps up our players breaking out.
Yep. Let's get into the signings and, any trade that we may have not talked about enough. There's not very much going on this week, but anyway.
The DeMarcus Lawrence signing we covered earlier, 5 years, $105 million, $65 million guaranteed. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good little check.
Let me get 1% of that.
You think it's obviously a good move for the Cowboys?
I do. The salary cap's expected to keep going up.
Okay. See, I don't know any of the numbers off the top of my head, what they have left to spend, but I'm interested in to see how the Cowboys are going to play this out because they still have Dak's contract to work out,
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott, and Amari Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say they're all still on their rookie deals.
We'll have to confirm that, but I'm not
They
sure.
would be a little more expensive once they come off, though, especially Dak.
Yeah.
Especially Dak and Zeke.
Oh, yeah. We got C.J. Anderson signing with the Lions.
Good move for both parties. C.J. Anderson stays in the league. Lions get a great veteran running back to go behind, carry on.
Yeah, he's on a prove-it deal, 1 year, $1.5 million. He got like $200,000 to sign.
And we also have Jordan Howard going to the Eagles. I think this is a good move for him and the Eagles for sure. They gave up a 6th round to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Good move for him just by getting out of that running back, getting out of that backfield with Tyreek Cohen and them adding Mike Davis. I know you have Smallwood, Clement, and Sproles all in Philly.
Sproles is a maybe, I think.
Maybe, okay. But I feel like Howard is the clear favorite for that number 1 spot, even though you're sharing.
He's on 1st and 2nd down.
Yes, where in Chicago, it's game plan dependent. You don't know if Tyreek's getting the work, if he's getting the work, and then Mike Davis is going to come in and steal a goal line carry or two.
Yeah.
So I think just getting out of Chicago and getting somewhere where he's the guy is good for him.
What does it do for the Bears to get rid of him?
It didn't hurt him at all. They should have tried to get more than a 6.
They got Mike Davis.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can afford to get rid of him.
What I don't think people realize about Mike Davis is he's
good.
He's good on 3rd downs.
He's a good change of pace back.
Yeah, and he's very good receiving the ball, pass blocking, all that. So I think it's a good move for them to pick up Mike Davis and to get rid of Howard. I kind of feel like they wanted that this guy can do everything type player. And
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, Jordan Howard just can't catch. I can catch better than him.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got some Q&As here. Someone asked Kirk Cousins, is he gonna bust or is he gonna take them to a Super Bowl?
I think he's going to bust, especially for the contract and the money that this man's been paid. He's supposed to be far superior to Case Keenum, and they went all the way to the AFC Championship game. And I mean, I feel like he has more talent around him now. It might be the coaching, but with Dalvin Cook, you had Murray, Diggs, Rudolph.
Yeah.
And Adam Thielen, I mean, you got weapons there, and their defense has always been solid. So
They came out last year trying to air it out.
they're trying to make the man earn his money. That's what I'm saying. He's going to bust.
Yeah, for the money, definitely. They're not going to put the ball in his hands too much. You're going to have to slide down on Thielen and Diggs a little bit because I feel like they're going to commit a little bit more to the run game. They got a very solid defense. They're gonna run the ball and play defense.
All dependent on Dalvin Cook's legs.
I think they realize that they paid too much for him.
Yeah.
And
try to get out of this investment unburned.
He's accurate. Maybe another year in that system, give him some help.
Maybe
but
so.
can he take them to the Super Bowl in the next?
I don't think
years?
so. But all right, I love this question right here. How to play fantasy football? And I struggle with the answer, but you have the perfect answer.
I have the perfect answer because I do this every year. I answer this question. Everyone always says, I don't know how to play. I don't know how to play. I try to get someone new every year to play. All you got to do is download the ESPN Fantasy app.
And play it. Just go play it.
Just play it.
I was the guy who's like, maybe next year, man. I've never played before. I just don't know how to play. I picked up my phone, downloaded the app. Within a week, I was hooked. Love playing it.
Yeah.
Now it's something I can't stop doing.
Don't spend any money on a league for your first time. But if someone, just start a league, try and get someone new to play every year. We're going to grow this thing to be forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Speaking of awesome.
Jets
uniforms.
They're awesome.
They're awesome?
I love it.
I was on the fence about it. I'm just glad that they're trying something new. I was tired of the Jets uniforms. Just glad they updated it.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell goes back to the green. He was excited about that, and then they get these new uniforms, which look even closer to the Michigan State.
Yeah, they do. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the uniforms. I'd like for you guys to tell us what you think about them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I've heard, hate it.
Some people hate it. Some people, I've heard that they resemble Philadelphia.
Somewhat.
I've also heard who's the other one? I thought it was a crazy comparison. I think someone said they resembled the Chargers, and I didn't see that one at all.
Oh yeah, no. You like the white, green, or the black the best?
Black the best, but I kind of like the all green that looks like Philly.
Yeah. I like the black and the green. They both kind of look like Philly, but they do have, they're slick, and I like slick. But why is the NFL concentrating on moving their business to outside the borders with all the London games?
It's just like anybody else, man. They're trying to grow, trying to widen their region, and the more people you can get interested in what you're doing, the bigger you become.
Same thing we're trying to do. We're trying to expand. They're trying to expand. Every business is doing it, regardless. They're want to grow. Everyone wants to grow, get better. More fans over there than I think there's 5 games in London this year.
Okay.
So
I think that's correct.
Yeah. Probably next year going to be more, but they're just trying to make more money. That's all there is to it.
They're talking about by 2020 having a team or something over there.
At least get something in the works for yeah. Let's talk about this Alliance of American Football.
Oh, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
It was fun while it lasted.
I didn't watch very much of it.
You weren't missing much.
Yeah. But anyway, they lasted 52 days.
I think it was 52 days, lost $70 million.
Ooh.
But the reason I loved it so much, you see guys get a chance, maybe that would have got overlooked or had some baggage or just didn't work out.
Like the 14 players that have already been signed to the NFL teams.
As of right now, 14 players have already been signed.
Yeah. On April 4th, the Alliance tweeted that it's
everything's okay. Everything's good.
You can sign. NFL teams can sign.
There will be no litigation or any troubles like that.
But on the 5th, the very next day, the NFL somebody informed all 32 teams. Basically, it's in your best interest to stay away to avoid litigation. Don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's the Alliance's way of trying to get some of that money back.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
But that's all we're going to talk about.
It was fun while it lasted. Speaking of players getting a chance, we got some players in this upcoming draft. Well, 2 guys I really like. the tight ends from Iowa,
Yeah.
Fant and Hickson. I mean, they're both playmakers.
Hickinson, they're both great, but Hickinson's rated a little higher. He had, 49 catches for 760 yards and 6 touchdowns, I think. And Noah Fant had
39 receptions, 519 yards, I think 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, they were throwing a little more in the red zone. They got Hickinson, expecting to be a top 10 pick.
Something we were talking about earlier in one of the mock drafts, we saw Fant going at the end of the first round to the Patriots, who, I mean, that'd be a great fit. But this is a tight end rich draft, and I feel like the Patriots are very smart in who they draft, what they draft, hitting with their draft picks, and it wouldn't surprise me to see them try to go later in the draft on a tight end.
Yeah, we got another couple of teammates, DK Metcalf and AJ Brown.
I want to talk about this one because I know DK Metcalf is a freak of nature, monster athlete, just 1.6% body fat, blah, 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 4'3".
Unhealthy.
It really is. But to me, AJ Brown's the better receiver, and
he's certainly the better route runner.
Yes, and Metcalf, his whole potential is based on how fast he is, how big he is, and let's see if he can go make something out of his career. I feel like AJ Brown has a very safer floor. Much safer floor.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of offensive pass interference reviews against him.
There might be. He's a big boy. And we're going to stick with the teammate trend. We got Josh Jacobs and Damian Harris.
They're the number 1 and 2 touted running backs coming out.
Coming out of the draft, ranked number 1 and 2 to go.
Neither of them are great. I'm not even so sure that either of them would go in the first round, but they're skill players, and we like to talk about skill players. If Josh Jacobs ends up, in the right system.
What's the right system? You think
Philly without Jordan Howard, or I mean,
because I'd heard something about Miami.
Yeah,
and I don't know because you already got Balaj and.
I'd hate to see that happen.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, Kenyon Drake and Kalen Balaj. Balaj looks nice, so.
Yeah, I think they're trying to organically tank, so I don't think they're going to do too much.
Is that why Adam Gase wouldn't give Kenyon Drake the ball last year?
Maybe so.
But he's gone. Anyway, Marquise Brown.
Man, he had 75 receptions, over 1,500 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Electric player. He's Hollywood Brown, but
yeah,
his size, his weight. I mean, it must be what's in the water in Oklahoma because this guy is 5'9", 166 pounds.
He's tiny.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray wasn't that big. The guy's a great receiver.
Yeah, he's quick.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to go back a little bit. We talked about the pass interference on our last show. We debated that a little bit. We did not go into it enough.
Mm-hmm.
These pass interference reviews, it doesn't add any more reviews. You still only get the 2 unless you get them both right.
So what you're saying is I still have the same amount of reviews. I can just use them to challenge there now. Like that's the play I'm challenging, not the fumble or anything. Right. I'm challenging the pass interference.
Right. So unless you know that it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. Hey, coming down to the end of the second half or the end of the half, maybe trying to get a challenge, but I think it's in the ref's hands the last 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, but I just wanted to throw that out there because we didn't mention it. It still only get 2 reviews. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's just you can challenge it now. Period.
Mm-hmm. I'm very interested to see how they're going to handle the overturning of the pass interference plays. What the letter of the law actually is what I want to see.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, that wraps up our show.
You want to talk about this?
I don't want to talk about it.
I want you to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so yesterday, drove up to Auburn, get really hammered, watch my team, first time they've ever made it to the Final Four, get all excited. I think we're up 4, up 6 with less than a minute to go.
Yeah, no, before that, you were down, 6 or 7 with like 2.5 minutes.
And then
come back.
We come back, get the lead. They're fouling us to send us to the free throw line to stop the clock. Looks like we got the game in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
It does. And there's like 6 seconds left on the clock. And I want to say in the last 5 seconds they had scored 8 points. And they had shot the ball. A foul was called. And the foul call could have gone either way. If you're looking at the letter of the law, it technically was a foul. You got to allow the shooter space to land.
Yeah.
But it's a call that...
But he double dribbled. Or the other guy double dribbled.
He did.
I don't even watch basketball.
They
but
missed
I tuned in towards the end.
They missed that call. I mean, but it should come down to one play. But it's just heartbreaking.
Casey's sad.
I'm sad. I went to Auburn expecting to have a great time, which I still did. It's just
the parts you remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gonna wrap everything up. We're not gonna shift off too much off of football. We just wanted to mention that Casey's an Auburn fan. That's it. We know a couple of you are too, so. And it is big news. You know, he double dribbled.
Ticky-tacky foul call.
Yeah. Anyway.
Heartbreaking.
We appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
We're everywhere, man. Come find us.
YouTube. Come find us. Thanks for listening and watching.